Welcome to MFAA On Air.
MFAA On Air recently spoke to the Honourable Charlie Lynn, Parliamentary Secretary for Veterans Affairs, about leadership and adversity and what conquering the Kokoda Trail has taught him about both.
Everybody wants to do it, but a lot of people go missing in action when it comes time to commit. So the people that do it, and they're all ages, male and female, short and tall, fat and skinny, rich and poor, you name it, they're doing it now. So it's about commitment. It's like that, anything you do in life, you've got to make a commitment. Then you've got to work towards it, not easy. And you've got to prepare yourself. And I say to people that every step they do in training is like a deposit in their Kokoda bank account. And if they've got lots of deposits, then when the going gets tough, as it will, they've got some to draw on. But if they've got to go into debt is painful, no matter what sort of debt it is. So the choice is up to them. I'm amazed at the impact. I mean, I've done it 70 times over 22 years. I've seen people start that don't know each other. They generally have a fair harbouring a bit of self-doubt about whether they'll actually make it, whether they'll be the weak one in the group. There's lots of self-doubt. When they come off the other end and they put all this together, it's almost like it's a physical experience, it's a mental experience, but when they come off at the other end, it's almost a spiritual experience, for a lot of people. And so when I see people 10 days here who didn't know each other, and at this end they're hugging and they're shaking hands, they're swapping addresses, they're organising reunions already, something's happened in that 10 days. And what I find with Kokoda, it's almost leadership by expectation. If people expect you to be strong, you'll be strong. If they expect that you don't feel the elements, you won't feel the elements. If they expect you, to not need sleep, you won't need sleep. Because that's the expectation, and you don't want to let them down. So you've got to prepare yourself in that way that you can handle those sort of conditions. There are a couple of good examples of leadership to draw on, and a couple of good examples of the potential that people have. Every single person that works with somebody or for somebody has a potential. And if you believe that, and I've got the examples to tell them that, if you believe that, then the second thing you must believe, there are only two ways that potential can be brought out. Usually it's adversity, we've got no choice but to fight, and that was Kokoda, or good leadership. Me believing in you and your ability and your potential, and me taking a personal interest in your future development and so forth, then that will lift you. But if you don't believe that in people, it'll never happen. First you've got to believe it in yourself, and then that. So that's the great metaphor that I get out of Kokoda.
To see the full list of speakers and register for the MFAA 2014 National Convention on the Gold Coast, go to www.mfaaconvention.com.au.
You've been watching MFAA On Air.